welcome to the S-Ethics seminar. Our first seminar will be our introduction. Let's start off by asking ourselves, what does ethics mean to you? Business ethics is a form of applied ethics or professional ethics that examines ethical principles and moral or ethical problems that arise in a business environment. When I was 16, my friends and I one day were making handmade bracelets, and later on I decided to run with the idea of starting my own business. Later on I encountered ethical issues where I didn't know what to do in certain situations. So, for instance, a couple months ago I was working with an Asian vendor trying to get supplies for my bracelets. And one day they said, hey, you know what, this is out of stock, we'll get it back soon. And I was very, very polite, very respectful, and I was just very assertive on trying to get my product in. And they ended up telling me that your product will be available within a few weeks. I waited, and then they came back and told me, if you're not going to order at least 100 of this, we're not going to supply it or restock it. So in the meantime, I lost customers, I was very frustrated, I was called a selfish customer, although I was very patient, and we had a language barrier, and I feel like our thoughts were not on the same page. So, in this day and age, students learning about commerce believe that just scanning the books is all they need to prosper and run a successful business. But I believe that you need to have experience and knowledge and know what to do whenever you encounter something that you don't have experience in. Studies show that many people agree as to why it's important to teach principles in the age of Bernie Madoff, known for the world's largest Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme is when investors are promised a large return on their investment, and it's like an invalid investment strategy where in the end they get cheated for their money. And for example, Bernie Madoff ended up stealing about $80 billion and is sentenced in jail for about 150 years. The concept of a company is relatively new in China and foreign countries. There is still debate whether it's good or evil. Margaret Steen, a freelance writer, editor, and a writing instructor in the San Francisco Bay Area, intended to catch business with China, but felt the same way as I did, worried. Steen speaks about how the Chinese education system is not producing enough graduates who are qualified to manage international companies. This worries small business companies and large corporations, as well as young business owners like myself, to trust Chinese employees with their business transaction. Steen says that Chinese and Americans have the same ethical values. They both value fairness. But for the Chinese, fairness is a long-term investment. The Chinese ideal for fair may be different depending on how the situation is looked at. Therefore, we need to research more on what to do and how to solve this situation when we are working with international companies, and we need to research who we're trying to work with before we encounter a situation like I did. Thank you for tuning in to the S Collection Ethics Seminar. We hope you come in and listen to us next time.